Now we are going to introduce an error. And for our error to introduce, we have chosen misconfiguration, whether this is by an ignorant network administrator or by a malicious third party. And here we have our unfortunate error duel, who appears to have gained access to some of the switches, and he's disabling spanning tree. What exactly possessed him to do this? I can't be sure, but he's doing it, and we're going to have to face the consequences. One thing I would like to point out is that in the process of disabling spanning tree, he starts to notice, or he should start to notice, the alerts that hosts are flapping between ports, which would normally be a red flag because it means that either you have a switching loop or an ether channel has stopped working, but he just keeps on going. So what are the effects of this error? Well, what our ne'er-do-well has unwittingly or wittingly, depending on his motives, what he has done is he has created a broadcast loop, which is going to, in time, overload the buffers of some or all of the switches on the network. And given even more time, it will also actually start to affect PCs on the network as the buffers on their network interface cards overflowed. If you're running a machine with Wireshark on it, you are even at more of a disadvantage, because when a broadcast server starts, if there's a capture running, as you can see, once I started the capture, it immediately jumped to like 70,000 packets, and the CPU immediately spiked to 30%. The longer we leave this VM running with the broadcast storm happening, the more resources Wireshark will continue to consume. You can see the overall CPU usage has gone up to 85%, and as we allow time to pass, we will have RAM climb up to nearly 50% as well. If we have a quick peek at the switch, we can see that the input and output rates have gone quite simply off the charts at 40,000 packets per second, and this number will exponentially increase the worse the broadcast storm gets, until one or all the switches in the switch stack just crashes because of its buffer having overflowed. We don't have any drop packets on this switch yet because it was still relatively early in the storm, but you can see it's already received like over 1 million broadcasts and over 300,000 multicasts.